Hi friends, welcome back to the Homestead. We are in the shop today. I know it's almost not recognizable. I've been doing a whole lot of work on the shop here this week. And today, it's kind of a gloomy, rainy day, perfect day to be working in the shop. And I've just been putting up some of this pegboard here so I can get a little bit more tool organization going and kind of get this wall closed in just a little bit. Make it look a little bit nicer and give me more places to actually put my tools, because right now I've just got this bin full of tools and I have to paw through it anytime I need to find something. So this will make it a little bit easier to have the common tools that I'm using more often just right there in plain sight with a place that they go, and if I'm missing something I can look and see exactly where it is or what's missing. So I've got another panel of a pegboard that I want to put on this wall, and I'll bring you along, show you how I'm doing that. And it's not really that difficult, just got to make sure that we got the cuts right, get the outlets cut out properly, and then hang it up nice and level and straight. So what I'm planning on doing here is just dropping this down about 15 inches from the top there, and then these are all right at 26 inches or so. We drop down 15 inches right there and then extend it down to 41. But you know what? That's going to end up right there in the middle of that switch. So I'll go ahead and extend this one down. Let me see how big my pegboard is. Okay, so my pegboard is right at about 34 inches. So that'll bring us down to about 49 inches from the top here. So we'll go from 15 inches down to 49. And that should give me plenty of room to hang any kind of larger tools on here. The more easily accessible spaces, I'll put my common tools, screwdrivers, hammers, things that I'm always reaching for, and then maybe some of the tools like the levels and longer saws and things I'll put over here. All right, so this is my pegboard. It was a 4x8 sheet. I used some of it for a little project on my daughter's bedroom, and then the rest was just kind of sitting over here. So I've got two panels up right there, and then we'll just cut this one down and it should fit right over here on this wall quite nicely. So this wall right here, from that edge to this outside edge, is right at 46, maybe just shy. So if we run 45 and 7/8, that should be in good shape. Yeah. Alright, so measure out 45 and 7/8 there on that end. 45 and 7/8 is right there. Okay. Alright. So now, just use this level as a straight edge. So right there on that mark, right there on that mark. Now this doesn't have to be super precise and perfect. We're not building furniture here, but do want to keep it as straight as possible. Okay. All right, now that gives me my line that I'm going to cut on. So we'll grab our little jigsaw here. What if we do this number? We'll just cut on that line. We'll just clean this up. Now we will fit it and figure out where our boxes are going to be. Just like that. That'll look really nice. All right, so now we'll measure from this wall over. We're at 38 3/4. Let's write that down. A little notebook here. All right, and then down from this line, we are at 17 and a half. So this will be the first hole that we'll cut out there. 30 3/4 inches from there, 7 and a half down, and oh, we need to get this line right there. So we'll measure, we're at 41 1/8. All right, so we've got 38 3/4 to 41 1/8, and then 17 and a half to 21 3/8. And that should be our first hole that we're going to cut. So measure down, 17 and a half is right here. 21 3/8. Same thing from this side. Got 38 3/4, and then 41 1/8. All right. Now I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna go grab me a little electrical box, sit it right there in the center there, and trace around it. And that way I don't have to get everything perfectly lined up. Right there. And then the nice thing about pegboard is all these little holes kind of give you a reference point, so you know how straight your lines are for the most part. So that should work. Now, in order to cut the center out, we're going to have to drill a couple of holes in the corners, and that way we can get our jigsaw down in there. Oh, here's a drill bit and a drill motor. Now this bit has that little spur right there in the middle that keeps it from walking around on us, so we can put it right in the spot where we want it, and just let it pull itself down through so that we don't have too much blowout in the back there. And do the same thing here. We'll just take our jigsaw and follow our little lines. I'm trying to cut on the outside of the lines as much as possible to give me a little bit more room, because we'll have a wall plate that covers up the majority of the edges. Alrighty. That looks about right. Let's test it and see if it's going to set in the right spot. There, it goes there, and that looks just about perfect. Now I got one more to cut out. Does it fit? The bottom one is the three-way switch that we put in just the other day. Made a video about that. And perfect. Man, I like that. I'd say that's looking pretty good. Yep, just perfect like that. So what I've been doing is just using little drywall screws, putting them right in the edge of this pegboard. I'm going to cover all the edges up with some trim eventually. But let me grab some of those drywall screws real quick. A couple of these guys. Just lift this up. We'll just work our way across the top, going into each stud so it's nice and strong. Things don't like to go in here. They don't like to get started. All right, so there we go. We've got another area where we can easily hang lots of tools, make all that work. I think that's going to look really good. I think I've got some wall plates that we can put on those light switches now that we've got a wall on there. Right here. I just got a whole bunch of electrical parts, pieces, wall plates. I think I got a couple of single gang switch. There's one. There's another one. Now these go on really simply. Just a couple of screws. Now look, make it look nice and clean. That was pretty easy getting all this this up. Yeah, I think it's gonna look really good when it's all said and done. It'll look really nice. I'll be able to get all my tools organized, have everything in an easy place where I can find it easily. Man, I can't tell you how much nicer it is to have a shop that is cleaned out. Let me show you kind of what I've done around here. So we went ahead and changed out this light switch to a three-way switch that's controlled by the back door as well. And then I went ahead and added this light switch, and what this does, this controls a new floodlight that I put in right up there. Oh, got a little water on this. Rain. And that way, that lights up this whole area. So when we pull in, the light kicks on and we're not walking into a dark area. Makes it a little bit safer for us. Got all this cleaned out, removed my shelves for my hammers so that I could put in this pegboard all the way across there. I got a couple of new small shelves, and that way I got rid of my plastic drawer bins that I absolutely hated. I was keeping all my extra cables and parts and pieces in there. Went ahead and got a whole bunch of these shoebox style bins for like less than $1. It was like 80 something cents at Walmart, and just got a whole bunch of them to organize it. Got some that were a little bit bigger in size, and then I just labeled everything. So I just went through all of those bins, pulled out things that I felt like I would use or could use in the future, and organized it into separate little bins, labeled them, stacked them all up right there. That's been working really well. I'm really happy with how that's working out. And then I've got just random hardware, nails, screws, my miscellaneous screw bin, wire nuts, different connectors, and then my little parts and pieces and things. I need to reorganize that, but that's another day. Got a little blank space here. I want to eventually build some shelving for my my sockets and wrenches and things. I'm thinking about putting that over here. I want to get rid of this this cabinet and kind of extend the pegboard all the way over to this direction. I think that'll be really nice. We're gonna eventually put some roofing tin down here to the floor, and then maybe run it about 36 inches high, and then we'll have a piece of wood that goes across there, piece of wood that goes across the top as well up there, and I think that that'll frame it all in quite nicely. Definitely is still a work in progress, but we're making strides. I need to get a little bit more lighting in here. The one fluorescent light gets a little bit dim. I've got this one up over my work area. It seems to work well, but I'd like to add maybe 2 more fluorescent lights to provide a lot more light coming in here. Yeah, that's the beginning of our shop organization. It's working a whole lot better already. I'm really happy with the way that things are playing out. It's easy to do a project and then put things right back to where they belong because everything's got a place. So thank you guys for watching. If you've enjoyed this video or found it entertaining or informative in any way, hit the thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe, see more of what we have going on here on the homestead, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks.